Okay, now it looks like we're live. Alright, I'm able to stream because I'm in Omaha. I've got some bandwidth to stream, so might as well. We never stop, right? Okay. Let me send this out on Gab. Shooting details of 2/24/2018. The link. Oh, hold on. I also need to pop chat out. Good. And let's see. Oh, it's on. Okay. Forgetting something. Hey, Bruins, how's it going? Hey, Jack. I don't know if your phone stream's offline, Jack. Hey, Rainbow, how you doing? Hey, Shirley. Wow, a lot of you guys. Hey, Kevin. You guys are quick. I can't even repost it on Gab before you guys come on. You guys are crazy. All right. Awesome. It's awesome. How's my audio? Yes, Rainbow X. I have tried Steemit and DLive. I have videos of me actually going through some tutorials and training. I should do a weekly on the status of DLive and Steemit. DLive and DTube, I'm sorry. Just to give people an update on how things are. Alright, hold on. Without further ado, let me just try to figure this out real quick. Share. Good. Alright, there you go. Okay. So, yeah, I have a feeling that pretty soon that this account, and what's funny is that my previous account, my main account on YouTube, I can live stream again, so I'll probably switch to that again on Monday. Tuesday, I'll probably be too tired on Monday. And we'll see. I have a feeling this is gonna get shut down. I'm gonna stream a couple of things from Steemit or DTube actually. So let me switch screens, and I'm sorry. So I'm on my laptop, one computer, so things are gonna be a little bit harder. I know this can be on Parkland Mass Shooting Details, and basically I'm gonna restream some other people who've done a lot of their work, a lot of their research, and if I'm missing one, by all means come on in. Zoom is open. Let me know if there's something specific that you would like to see or show everybody else. That's why we do this. Get people in, get a lot more information out. One person by themselves can't find everything. But you know what? Everyone else that comes in contributes. I mean, you're going to catch stuff that I miss. I might catch stuff that you miss. And that's how we do this. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to share. Since I'm streaming on OBS, I can't share by myself, so I'm going to switch it to Firefox. First thing I want to do is shout out to Bitchute, the Bitchute nurse. I just found her today, actually, a few hours ago. She's popular. She's got lots of views, a lot of subs, 197K. Go and subscribe to her, see what you think. There's 3 videos I'd love to show you. She does the things that she needs to talk about within 10 minutes. I mean, that's how she's doing it good. And I really want to show something, but I don't know if I should. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I? Hey, 1329, Rainbow X. I don't restream on. Hey, Stevie. I don't restream on DLive yet. I have in the past, but I made everything's going once. So all right. So once you stream on DLive, it doesn't exist anywhere else. So once you stream it, it's done. It's gone. So DTube is there as you upload it, and of course it stays there. So if you are going to use DLive, you're going to also need to use DTube or just put it on Steemit. If you want to upload it on Steemit, you're uploading on DTube anyway, except you won't find it on DTube. So what you want to do is actually upload it on DTube so you can access it through Steemit. And hey Kevin, how's it going? Okay. So we're going to go into the nitty-gritty details of the Parkland mass shooting. That's what we're going to focus and dedicate this topic of on topic on. And that's going to go through the conspiracy theory stuff, rabbit hole, all that jazz. And not just the mainstream media points and coverage. So if you don't like potential conspiracy theory territory, this is not the night for you to join. Hey Ryan, how's it going? Hey Angel. All right, so I want to just show a tidbit of the Patriot nurse, if no one's ever seen her. So um, this is one. This might offend some of y'all. So I'm gonna play it anyway. All right, here we go. Oh, okay. Sorry. Hold on. So the audio is not working. Let me see. That's because it was supposed to do it on YouTube. So let me see. Um, oh, because the audio is not set up on Zoom. Sorry, fellas. That's what I get for setting up audio. Select the speaker. Speaker's there. Ah, it's on Zoom. It's on OBS. I'm sorry. Yeah, you guys got to keep me in check. Thank you. So you guys couldn't even hear default. Why isn't it on default? And why is my microphone on that? Put on default. Okay, how's that? Can you guys hear me still? It's probably lower. Kevin, say something.
Testing, testing.
All right. Wow, you're loud. Let me get my recording up a little bit higher. My internal mic. I'm using something else. So levels 100. How's that test? Is that too good? I guess that's fine. I'll just have to talk louder. Yeah, Kevin is really loud, so
With the settings you just did, your volume on Zoom went up quite a bit.
yeah.
Like you're a lot louder than you were a second ago.
You're very loud, so I'm gonna have to try to filter.
I'm literally just talking like normal.
I know, it's just it's your settings. Let me see if this works. All right, go ahead and talk, Kevin.
Testing, testing.
It's still loud, but okay, we'll go with it. We need to switch it up, maybe. Let's see. Speakers. Let's see. System. I don't know how to limit the output there. All right, that's just Kevin. Kevin's gonna be loud. Okay, so if you want to listen in, Kevin, you're gonna have to watch on the on YouTube, and I'm gonna start over again. Here we go.
Hey folks, it's Patriot Nurse. I wanted to talk with you guys for a minute today. I get a lot of questions about how do I talk to my liberal friends about gun ownership and the Second Amendment, and I want to tell you why I don't even bother. Okay. The first part of the situation is I typically, and you can say this is closed-minded, but I call it picking and choosing friends wisely. I don't have liberal friends. Why in the world would I seek out people with whom I have nothing in common from an overall perspective on life? Why drag yourself down? The world is full of people. And to the folks who make the argument that the world is overpopulated, okay, I'll run with that. There are plenty of people with whom to spend your time, with whom you're going to have much more in common with. So why bother? No, I don't have any liberal friends. The second part of the equation is I have found over the years of my life that talking with people and debating on this has not changed a single mind in my experience. And I tend to be a very articulate person, quite able to defend and have reasonable debate. But I have found, especially over the past probably about four to 6 years, that it is a complete waste of my time. And another portion of this is that fundamentally the view that people that you don't need this or you don't need this, I typically will follow up the question if I am in a situation for whatever reason people say you don't need an AR-15 or you don't need more than 10 rounds or you don't need this. My question that I follow up with, okay, what is your qualitative experience on use of deadly force? Do you have any? Like, what gives you the ability to have an opinion on what an individual needs to prevail in a deadly force scenario? Oh, that's right. You've never been in a fight. You've never thrown a punch. You have no experience whatsoever. You have no knowledge of law enforcement statistics. You have no idea what it takes for an individual confronted in a deadly force scenario to prevail. So why in the world would you talk to a virgin about fornication? Okay. Like, for the same reason, why am I going to talk to someone who's clearly unqualified and has no knowledge of violent encounters? Why in the world would I entertain them? They're like children, okay? I'm not going to talk with them about it. Especially when a person is saying or trying to goad you into an argument or whatever. I don't care. I've got more important things to spend my time on, right? Then it's like talking to a preschooler. Why would I converse with them on it? It's useless. It's a waste of time. And so when people have asked me, like, should we have a discussion or should we? No, I'm done talking. All right. We have talked consistently as gun owners. We have been talking for years and it hasn't gotten us anything. When we sit down to the table to have a discussion or a compromise, no, the net result overall is that we get nothing. We're not going to retrieve our rights that have been stolen. They're going to continue to take more. They're like, for you dudes out there, they're like the worst girlfriend ever. Like, she doesn't give you anything. She only takes. And at the end of the day, you sit there looking around like, whoa, like I'm lighter in the pockets than I was before. Okay? So I don't think that sitting down and having a discussion with these people is going to net anything. If anything, all it does is give them a failed perception, a false perception of their own power. They are not powerful. In the cases where you're talking to men, most of these men are beta males, okay? Beta males did not found the country. This country was not founded on beta males, on wussy men, on soy boys. Why in the world would we dignify them or give them any power to discuss our ability to defend themselves? No, I do not care. I do not care what they think. I don't care to have a discussion with them. I don't care to have a debate with them. So why should you? Some people say, oh, I'm stuck. I have family. Bless your heart. Woo! I have family that are libtards, or I have family of this, that, and the other. Okay, so be civil and that's it, I just try and put myself in a situation where I don't have to interact with them because I'm not going to. Okay, like my time is more valuable, and people say, oh, it's really arrogant of you. No, I have standards, man. Like, let's bring back the era of standards. You don't have to converse with people who want to strip your rights away. Like, I want you to think about something, okay? And let's put this in perspective here. I'm tired of this namby-pamby, like, oh, you should want to have a dialogue. Forget that. No, let's put this in perspective here. If you, as a woman, for instance, a single woman with children, are in a situation where you have, God forbid, multiple people invading your home, wanting to rape you in front of your children and commit violent, atrocious acts, and people say, oh, how extreme. No, this is real. Like, read some crime statistics, man, on home invasions and violent crime, okay? Like, these people who are sitting there, when you talk about reasonable gun control, reasonable legislation, these are the people that would take the firearm out of your hands if you were tied up ready to be gang raped. So let's put a little perspective here. These people are not your friends. Why in the world would you interact with them? They are the problem. These people are the reason that more individuals are victimized in areas with ridiculous gun control laws, with waiting periods. These people who we would be told in polite society to engage with and have a dialogue with, these are the people. These are the victim disarmers, okay? So I don't talk to them. I don't nod to them. I don't engage with them. I don't dialogue with them. There's no point, okay? I have standards. I have standards. And we should have standards, okay? I'm not giving on things that are my rights. These are natural rights. These are God-given rights. These are not granted by a state. The individual pre-existed the state. The individual, even if you don't believe that was created by God, the individual existed in nature prior to the state. His rights existed before there was a state, before there were laws, legislation, before there was a constitution, a Bill of Rights. The individual pre-existed the state. And his rights supersede anything that can come from a construct of a state. Okay, so I'm not giving on this. And I'm not going to sit down and talk to people about it. So, and it doesn't mean you have to walk around and be a butthole about it, but, you know, there's my line in the sand. Not going to talk about it, not going to converse with people, not going to have friends who hold that view. Life is too short. Life is too short to pull libtards out of your hair. All right, so hold the line, man. That's all I can say. You know, people may think that you're being an elitist or whatever. I don't care. The last time I cared about a libtard soy boy's opinion was never. Have standards, man. Be able to defend yourself. You know, take a stand. Be a man. Like, for those of you guys out there, be a man. And ladies, be a lady. You know, like, be a strong Renaissance woman. We don't have to put up with this nonsense and listen to their ramblings. They are irrelevant in fights in times past. You know, for civilizations and to defend the homeland, they would curl up into a ball like a coward and watch their wife be raped in front of them. Okay? So I don't care about their opinion. And you shouldn't either. And that's why I don't talk to libtards about gun control, because it's just not worth it. Hope it was helpful for y'all. For now, it's Patriot Nurse signing off. See you later.
So I'm looking at people's reactions in live chat while she was talking. Yes, very.
Hey folks, it's Patriot Nurse, and today's segment I wanted to.
Automatically press the next. Sorry. Yeah, she has points, but she also has a way of. How can I put this? Not putting people who oppose her views or stances or perspective into a light where they would support her. I'm not sure if I could say that right. What do you think, Kevin?
My thoughts on it is for the most part there, I'd say about 85% of that was dead on and correct. The libtard and the soy boy thing, well, the soy chemicals have been proven to show up as what was it, chemically similar to estrogen. So there is some basis for that. The libtards, well, that's not just liberals. I mean, look at our government. That's the whole thing. They're all retarded. The individual superseding the state, that's completely right. People existed before governments existed. That's 100% in the right. I mean, and she's also right on the, even if they're not God-given, and also the the preamble or the declaration? I have to go check. It's one of them, but it also when it references the given by by their creator, the ability to be self-evident in your rights is given by your creator, whether your creator is a spaghetti monster, evolution, or some fucking bearded dude in the sky. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. Unless you got another question, like something I missed.
No. Stevie just joined. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agreed with her general point, but just the whole name calling, all that, just she's like very super aggressive about this. I don't know who she's been like talking to, like what circles like she's in where I don't know, like she's like so super defensive about this. Like I don't really see like too many people that are just like straight up like saying let's ban guns and stuff. Like I don't know, man. She's really worked up about it.
All right.
Well, she
And
may
then
be
she
worked
goes
up.
around and she says like nobody's willing to listen to her. It's like, well, starting out your sentence with libtards and soy boys and beta males and shit. I don't know. Probably is not helping your case.
She's not wrong about that beta male thing.
I don't know. Probably is not helping your case.
She's not wrong about that
Hold
beta
on.
male thing.
Rebel, can you mute your YouTube?
There are tons of beta males.
Rebel.
No, it's basically people.
Wait, I can't hear
people that,
Stevie.
Oh, sorry.
Amanda, can you mute your YouTube?
Basically people.
Wait, I can't hear Stevie.
Oh, sorry.
Amanda, can you mute your YouTube?
Basically people.
Okay, I think we're good. I think the audio's fixed for people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm totally with her on the, don't give up your rights. If it's a right, like don't, I wouldn't, I'm totally not on the thing with, I mean, like I'm with her on that. Like, so yeah, I mean, the way she said it was pretty bad, but yeah, I think her general point is pretty spot on.
Yeah, but we could learn from her in a way as far as how we want to present her similar perspectives. And
well, I mean, and in a way, it's good. I mean, if you have a viewpoint, it's good to be unapologetic about it. If that's your thing, be unapologetic about it.
I also want to. One part I forgot to mention. Like as you guys kind of bring up stuff, it kind of makes me think of a different point of like how to, things I didn't say right off the bat. But the specifically, don't take advice from people that have never been in a violent confrontation in their life. Yeah, totally fucking agree. I mean, because they're just blah blah blah. They have no idea what they're talking about. These are the people that go fucking hide. These are the cops that hide behind a car while somebody walks into a building and kills a bunch of people.
I see the point there. I will say that talking to people who don't understand net neutrality and getting their opinion on supporting net neutrality, it's almost impossible to have that conversation. The only thing you can do is instead of debating them, you have to give them the information where they can process it and think, is that something that they support? Give them an analogy. When I talk with people about technologies, Bitcoin's a big one, and Kevin, you yourself don't like Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. I think there's great things about it, but I know a lot onto it. But I still take anyone's perspective on it into consideration because I want to know the viewpoint of people who don't have the same types of things that I look into it from. My experience from it. I want the newcomers' experience with it. I want the experts, people, developers who work on it. I want their perspective on it. I want the perspective of bankers, and I don't like bankers, but I want the perspective of bankers on it. So I like the information. I like perspectives. I like dialogue. It doesn't matter if it's from a place of you don't really have knowledge. That's fine. I want to see what type of knowledge that you want to soak up if you don't know much about it or the experience. So yes, I would probably put more value into it with people who have experience, but I wouldn't really necessarily discount someone who has absolutely no experience at all either.
Yeah, but see, that's the kind of the. It's like one of those things. Like, who gets to vote on what bills, though? It's like who gets to have a say. Like when it comes to, I mean, just anything really. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't want to say just because you haven't had experience that your opinion just doesn't mean shit anymore. I mean, I think it's up to those people to listen to those who have been in that kind of situation. But yeah, I wouldn't want to go down that road.
Yeah. All right. So I want to show up another one, and this one actually goes down into more of the Parkland Mass Shooting Details that I want to get into. So, and because I'm on my one computer, I can't share on Zoom, so you'll have to go into YouTube to watch it. So I'm going to switch over. And here we go. Oh, not that one. Here we go.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is Anti-School. All right, broadcasting from the coolest corner of the internet. I'm your host, Isaac Green. Okay, you didn't learn this in school.
I don't hear
What
sound.
we've got on our agenda
You have to be on YouTube to
is
hear it.
crisis
Oh wait,
actors.
I had to do.
I
Okay,
want to
mute
talk
here.
about this kid, David Hogg. Went on CNN talking some anti-Trump garbage. All right, trying to take our guns away. He's organizing a march. Isn't that so sweet of David Hogg? Okay, this kid's father is FBI. Hello, red flag. Okay, these kids have raised $1 million for a march? What? Where is the money going? Oprah Winfrey says, oh, I'm so glad. I will, I'm gonna give you $500,000. Why do you think Oprah Winfrey is putting money into this? Okay, they're paying crisis actors. They're paying people to go out there and protest. It's not real. It's the same thing as Charlottesville. They paid those people. They all had identical tiki torches. What did they do? Did they have a Facebook group and they all met up and got tiki torches from Home Depot? All right, they all planned to have the same exact tiki torch? Open your eyes to what's really going on. Oprah Winfrey? You really think we can trust Oprah Winfrey? Why is she giving all this money to this kid that organized a GoFundMe? All right, you're probably wondering, oh, what's he talking about? Okay, check it out. These kids have raised $1 million. And it keeps going up because of these useful idiots that are giving them money. 15,000. This kid, William Legate, he's a well-known Twitter troll over on the left. All right, he's the featured one, giving the most money. Interesting that he's giving his money to this garbage, right? Where is the money going? Cameron Kasky, he was one of the people on CNN trying to get our guns taken away. Okay, these people are freaking paid actors. Open your eyes. Look at this. What are the cops carrying out of the school? What is this? What is this? Into a white pickup. They're dressed in all black. Who are these people? What was in the bag? They're struggling with this bag. It's not a dead body. Why would they put a dead body in a pickup truck? I'm sorry, folks. This is some sketchy stuff going on with the Parkland shooting. By the way, it was confirmed in this yearbook, Marjorie Stoneman High School, that Hogg actually is a student.
11th grade, this is last year. He's right here.
All right, shout out Joey Wong. I understand that Hogg is a real student, but check it out. This is his relative. He works at Cubic. What does Cubic do? Our live ground combat maneuver training, mission rehearsals, allows troops to train in a realistic environment. Okay? It provides a high level of realism that enforces and yields realistic outcomes. What could they be training for? The Parkland shooting? This is his relative that works at this place. You check it out. I'll link it in the description. Hey, does this look familiar? Good Lord. Good Lord. I can only imagine what these folks are training for in Pompano Beach, Florida. Okay? Check this out.
Yo, what's suspect?
This is supposed to be the suspect according to the news. There's no one in the stretcher. I want to point out, watch the police follow them into the building.
Yo, what's suspect?
There's nobody in the
Where is he?
stretcher. There's nobody. Look at the cops.
Where is he?
1, 2,
There's
3,
nobody
4,
on
5,
that.
6, 7, 8,
Are you
9,
fucking kidding me?
10, 11, 12.
Bullshit, there was nobody on that.
Followed in by 10 plus cops. There's no one even in the stretcher. What is this? David Hogg. Oh, he was at CNN. You can't make this up, folks. Are you kidding me? He's trying to be an aspiring journalist. He was at CNN, and now he's the #1 witness in a school shooting. and his father is an FBI agent? Holy cow. Holy cow. I'm going to keep going. Here we are. All right, the Smith-Mundt Modernization Act of 2012 allows the U.S. government to produce hoaxes or fake news and pass them off as real. You want evidence of that? After 2012, the number of mass shootings in the USA spiked. Okay, it went from about 10 to 15 to 45 mass shootings a year. Okay, what more evidence do you need? The actual legality of that document, it's a bunch of legal heebie-jeebies, but that's what it allows them to do. Okay, look at Oprah Winfrey. Oh, I'm gonna get 500,000 to the march. Yeah, really? You think you can trust Oprah Winfrey? Why is she giving 500,000 to this kid? Where is the money going? They're paying protesters. Look at this girl. You think first of all, you think these aren't rehearsed lines? Listen to her.
I'm actually listening to your plea. We are very confident because unlike every other incident before, we are loud. As you can tell, we have been roaring. We haven't been quiet for a moment since this has happened, and we will not be silenced. We are not trying to ban guns. We are not trying to take away people's guns. We just want to make it harder for people to access semi-automatic rifles. There needs to be thorough background checks. There needs to be thorough mental health checks so that a school shooter is something that is near impossible to have anymore.
And when you hear lawmakers saying they're sending their thoughts and their prayers to you...
This is the woman from the Jordan Peterson interview. Why does she still have a job?
I've heard enough of thoughts and prayers. I've been hearing it for years now. I can't say that I've never said it because I'm sure I have. I'm sure everyone has at some point said that they have their thoughts and prayers and that they're sending them. But ultimately, thoughts and prayers do nothing without action.
So,
did you hear how she just attacked prayers? Are you kidding me right now? And just the fact her actual delivery is totally fake. It's not like this is... Okay, folks, I'm speaking from the bottom of my heart, okay? I'm not scripted, you can tell. She's totally reciting lines. She sounds like a robot.
So many lawmakers, though, have taken money from the National Rifle...
Oh, come on, Kathy O'Brien. I don't even want to listen to this woman.
Anybody taking on an interest group like the NRA is a daunting task, yet we are showing the people, the American people, how shameful it is to take money from an organization like the NRA. We are saying shame on you. We are going to call out every single politician that has taken money. We are going to show that they can do better and that no longer do they need to take money from the NRA. No longer will they be allowed to take money from the NRA without us lashing back.
I mean, when President Trump...
Look at her eyes. What is going on here? What is this? Who wrote this?
Does he have a point in any way there?
While this is a systematic issue on more fronts than just gun control, there is an issue with the mental health care system. The stigma we have around mental illness is abhorrent. Yet we are trying to change the most prominent issue here, and it is that this man was able to get an AR-15, a semi-automatic rifle, legally, even with his mental health issue. They always say that they'll find a way, even if we make it illegal for somebody to get that AR-15. But it is so much harder to kill 17 people in 6 minutes with a knife than it is with a gun.
Totally scripted. Totally scripted. Ridiculous. Oh, here's David Hogg. Check him out. If you need more evidence than what I just showed you, look at David Hogg, okay? This isn't his first rodeo. He's a witness. Ooh, it's a confrontation between a lifeguard and a body surfer. This is in Los Angeles. It's in California. This is way before Parkland. Look at this guy. All right, first of all, I've never been interviewed by the news. Okay? This guy gets lucky, okay? And he's interviewed twice about 2 separate occurrences. Yeah, coincidence? I don't think so. His dad is an FBI agent. How many times do I have to say it? Okay? Check this out. This is ridiculous. She basically says the shooting was going to be faked. I mean, just listen to what she says. Jeez Louise, come on, Twitter.
I thought he must not be, like, because they told us that they were going to have, like, fake, and have people being taken away and, like, have them scream or whatever. So I was like, because they told us that they were going to have, like, fake, and have people being taken away and, like, have them scream or whatever. So I was like,
what? What is that?
Like, because they told us that they were gonna have like fake, you know, and have people being taken away and like have them scream or whatever. So I was like,
One more time.
Because they told us that they were gonna have like fake, you know, and have people being taken away and like have them scream or whatever. So I was like,
they were gonna have fake. They were gonna have people taken away. They were gonna have people scream. Who is they? Here's David Hogg. David Hogg, man. He can't seem to remember his lines. Check it out.
Alarm earlier that day, and that was a drill. So we thought this was a drill too, just another one, because we have a lot of fire alarms, a lot of fire drills at the school.
Yeah, we have a lot of fire alarms at the school.
Because we have a lot of fire alarms, a lot of fire drills at the school. After we heard the first gunshot, we initially thought it was a drill. Actually, that was a bad choice. It's okay, you're fine. Actually, that was a bad choice because the janitor. Sorry. It's okay. You're fine, David. You're fine.
What?
Honestly, when I was going out,
The janitor? What is he talking about?
bad choice because the janitor. Sorry. It's okay. You're fine, David. You're fine.
Sorry.
Honestly, when I was going out, I was kind of in. I was. When I was going out, I was in shock. So most of my friends that made it out, one of them went into a bathroom in the same, I believe, in the same hallway as the shooter. Oh, hold on. One of them went into the same bathroom, I believe, as the hallway shooter.
What?
He was in there at the same time, and he was in the bathroom, and he didn't know if he was going to live.
Do I even have to comment on this? I mean, seriously, folks, you can make your own opinion about this. What is this BS? Check this out. People have been spreading this image. Here's all the crisis actors smiling together before they produce for mainstream media. All right, check them out. Here's the girl here. She's the bald-headed girl. She's over there. All right. She says, I would ask Trump how much money he received from the NRA. I already know. 20 million. Blah, 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 blah. She's an actor. Okay? Absolutely an actor. Her name is Emma Gonzalez. She's a child actress. Alright, here you have this kid. This is the kid that started the GoFundMe. This kid right here. Alright, this is him on CNN. What does he say? We will be the last mass shooting. Why? Because they're pushing gun control. Obviously, it's the deep state. Who wants the guns? It's the government. This is just ridiculous. Here's this woman. Okay, there she is. Parkland students demand action on guns. This is this girl. All right? And obviously we have David Hogg, FBI, kid all over the news. And this is just the news. I mean, what do you think you're looking at? This is the news. Holy cow, folks. All right, so look at this kid, Cameron. Excuse me, folks. This is the kid that started the GoFundMe, and now he's a freaking millionaire, Cameron Kasky. All right, let's see what he has to say. Let's see what he has to say.
We feel neglected, and at this point, you're either with us or against us.
Oh?
Cameron, you had some very harsh words this week for Senator Marco Rubio, Governor Rick Scott here in Florida. You said they have blood on their hands.
At this point, any politician on either side who is taking money from the NRA is responsible for events like this.
It's the same talking point from the girl I just showed you. It's the same talking point.
One of the things we're trying to do here is give everybody a clean slate and create a new normal where there's a badge of shame on any politician who's accepting money from the NRA, no matter where they are. Because at the end of the day, the NRA is fostering and promoting this gun culture in which people like Nicholas Cruz can gun down 17 innocent lives in our school.
Totally rehearsed. Totally rehearsed. This is coming from the kid that started a GoFundMe and made $1 million in 2 days? Are you seriously a victim? What is this? I'm just saying, if you were in a school shooting, would your first reaction be to start a GoFundMe and make money off of your friends' deaths? Think about this, people.
The NRA is fostering and promoting this gun culture.
Oh my god. That's all you need to hear. The NRA is fostering it. Bruh, the government wants to take your guns. They're using these kids. They're paying these kids off. Look at this kid. He blew up. He got famous. All right, after the shooting, now he's got 60,000 followers. He says he's confused, grieving, and sick of the NRA. Oh, really? Check out his account before this. His header said white supremacy is terrorism. You gotta be kidding me, folks. He says malicious forces like the Trump administration. Wow. Very telling, very revealing from Cameron Kasky. Now he's a frickin' millionaire because all these idiots, they gave him all this money. They're just gonna go and pay protesters with it. If it's not used for an even more nefarious purpose. Okay, when you have Oprah signed on, hey, don't put it past Oprah. You never know what she's up to. All right? It's all anti-NRA. The government wants to take your guns. Okay, folks, look at how this is what? Right after the shooting, they're pretty much smiling, saying they're making calls. Okay, the March for Our Lives. This girl, she's got, what, 90,000 followers? Wow, it must pay to be a victim, right? You really just blow up and get famous after being a victim. This girl was an actress before this happened to her. Talking about AR-15s. Here she is just cracking up. She's clearly laughing. I'm not saying she can't laugh. I'm just saying this is a freaking setup. They're in on it. Here you go. Nice. She's obviously a great actress. Wow, some real talent there. Too bad you had to sell out to the government to take our guns.
Just like Tinker v. Des Moines, we are going to change the law. That's going to be Marjorie Stoneman Douglas.
We are going to change the law. Who's speaking, her or the government?
In that textbook, and it's all going to be due to the tireless effort of the school board, the faculty members, the family members, and most importantly, the students. The students!
Okay, she's clearly reading off of a script.
Statistic about mass shootings in America, but because, just as David said, we are going to be the last mass shooting.
You hear that? We're going to be the last mass shooting. It's all about gun control, folks. It's all about taking your guns. What do you think this is about? Are you serious? Do you see these kids? Wow, they look really sad in this one. This is the 20th? Yeah, this was today. Or I guess it was yesterday. All right? Jeez Louise, folks. This isn't looking good. This isn't looking good. All right, we got the Women's March. They're talking about students, teachers, and allies to take part in a national school walkout, March 14th. Okay, it's part of the march. I don't exactly know what they're trying to do. They're not going to accomplish anything by walking around. Seriously. So enough of that, girl. Let's get back into David Hogg. All right? He visited CNN before the shooting. He's even rocking the shirt. Who buys a CNN shirt? Oh, I know who does. Someone whose dad is a freaking FBI agent. Come on now. Look at him. Look at him. You're telling me this is the kid who wants to take our guns? Wow. Check this out. This is a Craigslist ad that was posted for the Women's March. Hiring. They're paying protesters. They're trying to make it look like people don't like Trump. Okay? And here's the thing. If the deep state carried out this attack to raise all this money, they raised $1 million to go out and pay these protesters to go out and say they don't like Trump. They're getting paid $10 an hour. It happened in Charlottesville. Okay, they're pushing an agenda. If they carried out this attack, if anyone even died, okay, if they carried out this attack for that reason in particular, to have this huge public outrage, okay, and have all these people marching all over the place getting paid $10 an hour, ban the FBI. How about you investigate the FBI? We don't need gun reform. We need FBI reform. If they weren't behind it, all right, they were incompetent. They knew about all of the information beforehand. All right, clearly we've got all this, we've got all this money flowing in. They extended the goal to 1.5 million on the second day. This guy Cameron, obviously he's just trying to make money. Wherever the money is going, we don't know. Why do they need so much money for a hashtag and to tell people to protest? Couldn't they just do that for free? Why do they need money for this? They're paying the protesters. You see this, all right? School walkout. I wish I could make this larger for you guys. It's a Craigslist ad. School walkout, fight for what's right. All right, a day's labor. A day's labor. They're paying protesters. They're paying protesters. That's what it is. Kevin R. Hogg, FBI special agent. This is his father. Okay? Check it out. This is a legit FBI doc. Special Agent Kevin R. Hogg. This is his father. Jeez Louise, folks. Not to mention, Twitter just deleted 500 of my followers, by the way. And it happened to a bunch of other people. They're censoring conservative voices. Alright? Why? Because I'm talking about stuff like this. It's real life. This is real stuff. We have this guy. He was a Florida politician. Alright? Tonight, he's a Florida State representative from District 63. He says, tonight, Mr. Kelly it was Mr. Kelly. All right, so Mr. Kelly was terminated from his position as my district secretary. So this dude fires his secretary, right? He strongly denounces his comment about the Parkland students. What was he talking about? Crisis actors. So this guy that was his secretary made an allegation that these kids are crisis actors, and then the dude gets fired. Why not just say, hey, can you take that post down? Or, hey, can you not, I think you're wrong about that. He got fired for thought crime. Okay? Obviously fired for telling the truth. That's what it's all about. I said, hey, Cameron Kasky, this is the kid. Where's the $1 million going? Look at this kid. Got famous off of a school shooting. Congrats, Cameron. If you're watching this, congrats. I hope you feel great about yourself making money off of dead children. And then it's going to pay protesters to protest our president who's trying to save America. What is wrong with you? Jeez Louise, folks. Here we go. He says, yeah, nobody would ever pay me to act. I bet, bro. You just got paid $1 million. I should do the Dr. Evil thing, right? $1 million. Because you really got paid $1 million. Jeez Louise, man. So I already showed you this bright young star, this bright actress here, talking to Kathy O'Brien or Kathy Newman. I can't remember what the reporter's name is. All right, she's clearly reciting lines. Let's listen to her one more time.
To the president.
So we can really get the full effect of this mind-washing blabber. Here we go.
In your court now. To the president. The ball is in your court now. You are either with us or you are against us. If you are against us, then that means you are signing our death certificates.
Yo, do you notice that's the same thing Cameron said in the other interview? Said you are with us or you are against us. The same exact phrase. It's the same as the Mockingbird media that gets talking points every day at 4 a.m. from the CIA. These are talking points. Ridiculous. I say, hey, look at her go. Nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Oh my goodness. This is the same phrase George Bush used. You're either with us or against us. George Bush after 9/11. Wow, let's pull up the video of that. Oh, by the way, did you know David Hogg is a YouTube vlogger?
On the 19th, so however many days that is from today.
I'm sorry, folks,
Weather's
this is
just
so
incredible.
bad. Jeez.
It's amazing. I mean, look at this. It's the middle of summer.
Holy cow, enough of that. You're either with us or against us. And it's Bush saying this, right? Okay, he says it about the terrorists. He says it about the terrorists. It's the same thing. And then obviously you've got these students. Check it out.
Cameron Kasky and through.
We've been hearing a lot, and doing this on March 24th, it's important to mourn. Here's a time to talk about gun control. March 24th. My message for the people in office is, you're either with us or against us.
Yikes. Yikes. Check this out. George Bush. We know he's a good guy, right?
Every nation in every region now has a decision to make. Either you are with us or you are with the terrorists.
So we're either with you, George Bush, who's trying to start a war, or we're with the terrorists, or we're either with these kids in Parkland who are paid crisis actors who want to take our guns, or what are we, terrorists? I'm an American. All right, I stand for the Second Amendment. I won't stand for this deep state BS. This kid, his father is an FBI agent, and he wants to take away our guns? Could it be more clear-cut and obvious what the hell is going on here in this country? So check it out, David Hogg. This wasn't his first rodeo.
To move it, he did. But then the situation.
This was not his first rodeo.
Like, because he just didn't want it to get sandy.
That's when David says the lifeguard approached and he started recording.
We clear?
But then the situation.
Forward on the trash can. Like, because he just didn't want it to get sandy.
That's when.
Jeez, folks. I cannot believe this shit. Alright, this is in August 17, February 18. Look. Oh, he's a witness again. Next to this crisis actor, what, Elizabeth? Whatever. Does it even matter who these people are? Okay. Everyone must check in. This is at another one. Everyone must check in. This is clear evidence that this is happening. Okay, these people are crisis actors. Check it out. They're funded by Soros. Soros-linked organizers of Women's March selected anti-Trump kids to be the face of the Parkland tragedy, and they excluded the pro-Trump kids. Obviously. And then, you know, what people will tell you, oh, you believe that? That's not true. Why? Because Snopes says far-right blogs and conspiracy theorists are attacking the survivors. Blah, 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 blah. My name is Snopes, and I like to go on the internet and call names. Okay? Listen, Snopes, you're a bunch of dopes. Hillary Clinton is not the president. Wake up, Snopes. Jeez Louise. Who even runs Snopes? Oh my gosh. Alright, so Soros obviously funded the women's movement, March, whatever the heck is going on in March. These kids are making millions of dollars. Oh, but don't pay attention to that stuff, right? We're not paying anybody. We're not paying any protesters. How obvious could it be? Please still have the march, because I just exposed the entire thing. Alright, people will realize that these people were paid to be there. You should go interview those folks. They'll tell you. They'll tell you they got paid by George Soros. Check it out. Here's another Craigslist post. School walkout community impact. Earn a day's labor while participating for the cause. Look at all these regions. Hey, if you're in Jupiter, Florida, you can make some good money. I suggest you go there with Trump apparel on and you get paid to essentially promote MAGA. Okay, this is the son of the FBI agent. Come on now. Come on now. An aide to a Florida GOP lawmaker was fired for spreading a claim that the school shooting survivors are crisis actors. All right? All right, he was fired for speaking the truth. Look at this. Rubio. Untrustable Rubio. Honestly, it's rumored that he's a homo. Okay, here comes Rubio. Claiming some of the students on TV after Parkland are actors is the work of a disgusting group of idiots with no sense of decency.
I think it might have stopped. Yeah, that was it. So, what do you think? Kevin, I banned you from chat, but you're still on here, so just chillax a little bit. We're gonna have some heated conversations. Oh, okay. So, there are certain settings that I have at We Need Critical Thinking. So I think if it was on my Ebon Kim channel, you would be able to go back on a live stream. But I think my settings on YouTube right now are set, so let's see. The encoder might be set at different setting. Yeah, it's at ultra low latency. That just means it's better for real-time interaction. It doesn't support DVR, closed captions, 1440p, and 4K resolutions, and it probably makes it so you can't go back on an actual live stream to view something else. So, enable DVR. Yeah, I can't enable DVR. So, I can't do it unless I stop the stream. If you don't like that ability, I can go ahead and do it. I just had a setting like this just so you can go ahead and so whenever I'm streaming, all ultra low latency does is make it so the live chat and what you're actually seeing, the viewers are seeing, is as close to real time as possible. So that's why I have it. So in my opinion, I think I'm not in the category of where nothing is a false flag or staged event, and I'm also not in the party or the group that would say everything is a false flag or a staged event. And we have to look into all these situations individually as they come up. I would rather have people look into them than just saying that the proposed event happened as according to the government, as according to the media, as according to whoever is involved. I think we need to have investigators. I think we need to have a third party, someone that's not directly involved. I just think more people should just be looking into it, not just accept just accept things as they are. I think that's how we got to this point, accepting the way things are and saying, hey, that's just the way the world goes. I don't agree with that sentiment. But, yeah, and I don't disagree with anyone having a different opinion or perspective. I would disagree with that perspective or opinion, but I'm not going to disagree that that person shouldn't be able to say it. So that's what this format is about. Oh, I gotta set the sound real quick, because it gets really loud for when you guys talk. So give me a second. Okay. Anyone's thoughts on this, Amanda, Kevin? You're muted, Amanda.
Go ahead, Kevin.
Well, my thoughts are, let's go through the things we can absolutely verify 100%. Okay? The 2012 law allowing propaganda and also staged events, and also the 2017 allowing propaganda to be pushed towards the public in domestic-wise. And also, let's look at the 100% provable evidence that we have that CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, And all these things have been shown to lie for at least over 2 decades. And we have a solid record of that. And that's 100% provable. No disputing that whatsoever. Then I have to also look at if you're not with us, against us. Does that not sound exactly like the HRC slogan? I'm with her. I mean, that's just, it's that they always try to push it onto, if you don't agree with us, then you're with the terrorists, or you're mental, or you're not fit to think, or, but they never present, like, they completely ignore the actual death rates of things. They blow one thing out of proportion. They don't even give the actual details of what makes an assault weapon an assault weapon. I mean, okay, a weapon, yes.
Oh, I was saying,
No, he's got one of his kids.
Oh, I thought you wanted to say something.
No. Go ahead.
You kind of stumbled me there.
I'm sorry.
Okay, just give me a second. Let me regather my thoughts.
I'll mute myself so I don't agree with you.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Go ahead. Go.
I just wonder, before these kids start mouthing off and blowing off shit that they don't know what they're talking about, I wonder if they've ever read the whole entire gun laws, the federal and their state. They talk about tighter gun laws. It's like, we've got pretty tight gun laws. It's just the FBI and the cops are not enforcing it like they need to. And if they enforced it, I mean, we got mental health, we got drug addicts that can't, I posted on Twitter, but if you're a drug addict, you can't have it. If you have mental problems and you've been hospitalized in a mental hospital, you can't have a gun. And if you've been incarcerated, and it didn't say just violent crimes, it just said if you've been a felon, which I would like to get that changed, because I think if you didn't do anything violent, you should be able to have your gun rights back, even if you were a felon.
Yeah, it's kind of like analogous to, oh, you're a felon? Let's take your voting rights away.
Yeah, no shit.
I mean, this is a clear pattern to where, I mean, just like, look at the 9/11 thing. We know for a fact they had prior warning. They had 100% capability of stopping it. And the legislation they proposed as a result of what happened was already pre-made, and they tried pushing it years earlier, but they couldn't get it through. Does that whole situation take out the 9/11 part? Take out the specifics of that one incident and apply that scenario to this exactly. I mean, it from what I can see, it looks about the same. Yeah, people died, just like in 9/11. You got 3,000 something people died. Well, it's like, just because people die doesn't mean there's not a motive to attack and assault the rest of the country behind it.
So, what are you thinking about this event? Do you think it's more towards the staged psyop / false flag event, or that this was legitimate, a real thing that had no involvement whatsoever with?
Did you hear Political Vigilante's last statement on her video on it?
Yeah, I watch her stuff.
It's like, and I'm getting, I told this so many times, it's like, anymore, I'm going to want to see dead bodies. I'm going to want to be there. This is why I'm working toward getting all my certification and all that, to actually be a journalist and hopefully get a car real soon. And then I'm going out, and it's like, I want to be at the funerals. I want to be able to go in there and I want to see it, because I'm sorry, I didn't get to see any dead people or, gurneys with dead bodies on it.
There have been media agencies that tried. They're not going to let you in. It's a police investigative issue. It's a ongoing investigation issue. It's a whole bunch of stuff. Otherwise, we would actually get that type of stuff through some media outlet. They don't allow it.
Almost
Well,
like they won't allow freedom of the press.
We used to be able to see it. Walter Cronkite, all them, they used to go in and show the people that were laying there. I remember seeing that, and I was scared as a kid. You know, it was like, but now it's all disinfected. You know, and there's.
I agree with that, Rebel, but a really good example of that, it's just in a different situation, is when they stopped rolling the people that died in war, that they brought their bodies back. They stopped taking them down the street to show everybody. Now it's all, you don't even get to see it, out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, and how do we know that they're not just bullshitting anymore? You know, I mean, I don't. I mean, I'm not going to say this situation never happened, that there's not dead bodies, but I'm not going to say that there is dead bodies because I wasn't there.
Oh, and I do want to add the part that he showed with the gurney, there was clearly nobody on that gurney.
And I've been around stuff long enough to know when there's dead. I mean,
You're such a conspiracy theorist.
I lost my own kids. I lost my mother. I lost my father. I know what a coroner scene looks like. I've had coroners come up to the door, load my children, load my mother, load my brother, and I know what it looks like. And I didn't see that with this. I didn't see that with Sandy Hook. I didn't see that with any Vegas. And yes, I saw the dummies. You know, I mean, it's like, who do they think we are? We're just stupid. We're never going to question.
Well, hey, that's even if we do question, they just go ahead and censor us, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh,
yeah, that's why they're not allowed on Twitter anymore.
I've had several things disappear off my Twitter.
Even me, sometimes I don't even get notifications that I'm live streaming. Because I mean, everything's linked through my email addresses, so I'll know if I'm streaming, or I get notification by just looking at my email address where they're all just connected. But also, they don't even have to do that. They can just have, like COINTELPRO, you can just, a lot of it's just disinformation and just paid people who make crazy conspiracy theorists, and they'll just lump us into the conspiracy theorist group. Go ahead, Snark.
I've been having problems seeing when these channels are live.
Seeing what?
I've been having problems seeing, especially Monotech. I don't see it when it's live. It's not showing up in my YouTube feed.
You might need to click on the bell again. Sometimes they automatically unbell you.
No, when I go to the site, it doesn't show me that there's a live show.
Right.
Oh.
Same here.
That's interesting.
And Debbie's, Claudia's, at first I thought people were starting to just like freak out and not see it. And then now that I'm seeing it for myself, it's like, oh shit, this is real shit.
Now I'm noticing it in chat too, that other people are saying that they're looking for the show and they're not seeing it.
Oh, one thing I want to just real quick. So Angel Tibbs, I like the NRA when they support the Second Amendment, but I've got two problems with them already. One is they gave in to the entire bump stop thing. And that could have been a non-issue, or they could have just fought it. Instead, they gave it to the Democrats. Democrats have no power whatsoever to integrate gun legislation right now, and they just go ahead and gave in. I want them to protect the Second Amendment. That's what they're supposed to do. Second is Wayne LaPierre, whoever, or just NRA whatsoever, are supporting a JIT pie for repealing net neutrality. No. Focus on your Second Amendment protections. Don't start shitting on the First Amendment or anything else. I mean, you don't utilize a organization to protect the Second Amendment and shit on the rest. No. So those are my two of the top two, I guess, that I would say that I don't like the NRA fiddling with, meddling with. All right.
I'd like to add something on the bump stock particular thing. Has no one ever had a wood shop before? I mean, making a stock, adding a spring and a heavy rubber band and a couple of screws, not difficult. Yeah. You know, Snork's 3D printer, he could literally make one pretty easily and it would be functional.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Oh, here I got excited.
It's the truth.
Boy.
Yeah, they'll start outlining 3D printers these days.
I know, right? Oh, yeah. You can make something useful.
You'd get paid a lot of money, dude.
One thing I also is...
I want a pink one.
Bombings can happen, and they're usually the most that's used in countries that have really strict gun control laws. And you can make, and I could say this, Snork, and I'm sure you know other ways that you can make some pretty nice explosives or even gas, poisonous gas, with just pretty common home materials, cleaning materials.
Literally what's under your bathroom sink, probably.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nothing compared to what a chef can do.
Compared to what a what can do?
A lot of cooking items. Since we won't go any farther, since we don't want any chefs to have to become registered.
You're a chemical bomb maker.
Yes, chefs are registered. I had to get a certification.
No,
but they want to register you for bomb making because technically food is chemistry, and if you understand that to such a degree, there's not much of a difference between cooking and bomb making.
Or nerve agents.
Yeah, that also.
You don't cook anything with castor beans, right?
I'm not going to tell you. You know that country song, Goodbye Earl? Those black-eyed peas, they sure tasted good to me.
Oh, are castor beans black-eyed peas?
I have no idea.
No.
I don't think so.
I thought they were related because
that's two separate things.
Oh, okay. I have some upstairs. I was wondering if I should get a hazmat suit on to go get rid of them. Not castor oil beans, garbanzo beans.
There are several different types of beans that aren't like your standard edible beans that you can get poison out of. And even some edible stuff, we treat it first and then we eat it. But I mean, if you were to get it raw and untreated, I mean, it's poisonous, and you could,
Yeah, kidney beans. You can kill people with kidney beans.
Yeah, or cashews. You can kill people with cashews.
Haven't done the cashew one.
Or you can kill people with berries. Or you can kill people with. You can do it with a lot of stuff. I mean, spend a good hour thinking about it and get creative. You'd be surprised.
I tried slow cooking kidney beans. That's real bad.
Oh, you know what? I thought too. I'd like to ask that kid if his daddy, the ex-FBI, has given up all his guns yet.
Nope. Law enforcement will never give their guns away, or the military, or anybody that exerts control over your life.
So should that be a red flag, yellow flag that his father is FBI agent? That David Hogg.
I would say it does not bout well for it. You know, especially that he has direct family relation ties to that, and they've been known to bring their family into these things.
And why doesn't, if his dad is so good and so righteous, why doesn't he stand up against the FBI for ignoring Cruz's issues?
Oh, what about the four? So the four police or security
Got
Yeah,
two.
four police
Was
officers.
it 3 or was it 4? Because I know at first it was only 1. He was there for the first 4 minutes or so. That's on video. And then afterwards, I think it was 2 or 3 more joined him and hid behind the vehicle with him for another minute or so before more came in from another county, and then they all moved in.
Yeah.
And there are reports, but I cannot confirm this, that those first couple of people were told not to go in, even though it's standard procedure and law since, I believe, what one was it? If you see something, fucking do something. You know, that's basically the idea.
Yeah, there was 4 total. One just is the one that's the scapegoat that they're just piling on for. The other 3 aren't being affected by the entire situation. I mean, yeah, it goes perfect with that narrative. I mean, if there is a situation and someone with a gun ends up being too scared, so they can't say the one person with a gun can stop one bad person with a gun, so it fits that narrative. Except the one person with a gun is a police officer that's a coward.
Yeah, that's supposed to be specifically trained to deal with these situations, but they have less training than a fucking barber.
Yeah.
Yeah, but take our guns away. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, Snark.
In a lot of these recent shootings, usually the shooter kills themselves as soon as the police shows their face. So the odds are, if he just would have shown up, the guy would have just shot himself. It would have been over. He wouldn't have shot the cop. He would have shot himself.
For those 4 police officers, that's a clear dereliction of duty. Yeah. That charges should be pressed on them for that. That's clear, obvious, and proof for it.
Go back and look at the previous school shootings, and you see that when the cops show up in the church shootings, cop shows up, they shoot themselves. So the cop didn't even have to be a good shot. He could have just...
See, and that leads into the thing to where, okay, it's not so much gun murders as people wanting to kill themselves, because evidently if they were ready, anytime they saw a cop, they were ready to kill themselves. If you would have addressed the suicide problem and the misery problem, you would have never had the shooting problem.
Mm-hmm.
And they just completely, nope, that can't be a thing. We can't talk about that. Even though, just like you said, most of them, cop shows up, they shoot themselves coincidentally.
Rebel, I'm going to mute you while you're getting all set up.
I'm sorry, I thought I did that.
All right, sorry, go ahead. I don't know. What doesn't seem dodgy? What about the shooter? Details about the shooter suspect. Is there any oddities about him and his history? Aside from the Facebook post that he did, he's probably, I don't know, I haven't really looked into him. I do see that the FBI, that his Facebook post was reported, and it was a year ago, where he stated that he was going to become a school shooter. That doesn't raise flags.
That reminds me. That actual post about that went to one of the resource people at the school and got passed on to the police. So they should have at least went to him about counseling or something. They knew like months in advance. Even though he didn't act on anything or didn't do anything, he was still saying all this stuff. And then he had I'd have to double check, but he had a history of apparent, I don't know, the secular talk thinks a history of bringing dead bugs into the class, which I don't really care, because some people are actually into that. Have you ever seen the people that literally picture frames and they pin them all up? And some people are, it's not a sadistic thing. It's like a collection for them. Yeah, a weird collection, but not, yeah.
Hold on. they're just talking in the background, so I don't want to say anything. Go on.
Ryan, we can't hear you.
How's that?
That's good.
Okay, so it's suggested that he has a condition called alcohol fetal syndrome, where his mother was an alcoholic through the pregnancy, and it has developmental problems associated with it. And they reckon he's only got the capacity of a 13, 14-year-old. So, yeah, that's what I've seen so far.
Then why wasn't he in a special needs class or school?
Yeah.
I don't know.
A lot of parents fight to keep their kids out of the special needs school.
Oh, and also, this school is very much for kids who are very rich or their family's rich. I'll show my Facebook posts. I actually know a couple of people that live, that I interact with that live in Somerville that actually went to that school in the past. Small world. So I'll show those posts. Let me get it ready.
Well,
Yeah, on the
isn't
small
it a
world
mile
topic,
from
I think it's
Marble?
what? We're 6 people disconnected from everybody else on the planet? Something like that?
So,
What were you saying, Snork?
Wasn't this school only a mile from Mar-a-Lago?
Don't know. Let's
I
look
do
it up.
not know.
There's like a lake between it and Mar-a-Lago.
Why doesn't Google? Oh, there it is. Are you looking it up, Eben?
I'll see if I can activate.
What's the school's name again? Okay, there it is. Stoneman Douglas High School. Marjorie Stoneman. I wonder how many times that's been searched in Google Maps. Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna have to do this.
Wow, I'm really impressed with the way that they divided that up. Mar-a-Lago, Pompano. Just let me have a look. Get through it. How do you say Mara? It's Mar-a-Lago Club, isn't it? I know, it's a fair bit away. It's a 40-minute drive. If I've got the right spot. But I don't think I have, because Mar-a-Lago is supposed to have a golf course, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've got the right one. Unless the golf course is... Unless it's just up the road, because there's a golf course up the road, about a 5-minute drive from Mar-a-Lago.
Before I go out to have a cigarette, and also the other thing too, I posted a map of the police department and the school, and they're only 20 minutes away from each other during good traffic. And the cops could have been there in 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And lo and behold, who was there before the cops arrived? CNN. And who else was it? CNN and someone else was already there.
The FBI, you said.
Yeah. What? Now tell me, how did CNN know about all this bullshit? I'm gonna go have a cigarette now.
Okay. I'm muting myself. I'm still trying to find something. I have to reset my password.
I hate that. So if I just screen this, where are we?
Oh, I didn't realize 4 officers hid. I heard that 1 did.
Yeah, 1 did for about 3 to 4 minutes, and then the other one joined him and hid for another minute or 2.
Yeah. So that's the Mar-a-Lago's up the top here.
Oh, okay.
And then 40-minute drive down. I really want to know what this big white space is.
Everglades? Look just south.
PI staging ground?
It's like just a big blank space on the map.
Yeah. Now look just south of the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School.
Yeah.
Zoom in on the little lakes there.
Like that?
Yeah, keep going. Just south of there is a Mar-a-Lago. I mistook that for the 2 of them.
Oh, okay. And the actual police station, the police station is actually over here. The nearest police station.
So how many miles is that away?
Hang on, just let me get the address, and I'll be able to tell you.
Yeah, because from the looks of the map, it's not far away at all.
Yeah, when I looked at it, they said 21 minutes away. It's the office, the
Broward County Sheriff
office. You have to look
Yeah.
for the office.
Yeah.
It's like west or no, east.
So we'll get rid of that and we'll paste that. Office. It is 12.2 miles, 18 minutes to drive there in general traffic.
See,
Wow,
but they
they
don't
have-
have traffic. They kick on the flashlight or the flashers and the loud sounds and go 100 down the road.
Exactly. And how long does it take for cameras to get set up? I mean, they have the whole production already set up, CNN did,
So this
before
is
the
what-
cops ever arrived.
So that's the school.
Okay, now I'm going out to smoke.
Whoops. Okay. So if I just put that. And don't police in America have the ability to change traffic lights as well?
Yes, they do. And ambulances.
We don't have that here. We should, but we don't.
I can remember when I was a kid, we would use a camera. So you're sitting in a town forever, and the lights aren't changing, and there's nobody else on the roads even. So you just flash a camera and it turns it green for you. And I don't think you can do that anymore. But that used to be in the old days when they first started getting the sensors. You just needed a bright, quick flash, and it would turn them.
Nice.
So I want to show something real quick. So it'll be on YouTube. No need for sound. Here we go. Oops, there we go. This is from Kristen Parslow. Rick Healy is someone I know that went to the school as well. I guess she was a classmate. So she says, yes, I know I've been unusually quiet about this. It hasn't even been a day. Yes, I went to Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida for all 4 years of my high school career. I know I don't seem to typically follow the advice of my mother if you don't have something nice to say. People would be hurt if they heard what I really want to say, and I'm uncomfortable even writing this because what I say and think is unimportant because kids are dead again, and let that sink in again. What I have to say that you're not going to like, I'm mad. I'm mad at all the posts I see that say I can't believe this happened at our school, as if we're somehow exempt. Not our school, right? Not our kids, not our neighborhood. But it's a good school. It has high ratings. Parkland is ridiculously wealthy, filthy rich. For those that don't know, for most of you who might read this and don't know, it is different there. The houses you see, most of us would only see in a movie. Cars we'd never even test drive. The best that can be had. Every tree placed under there on purpose. Everything is beautiful. It's expected that everything is safe. I can remember riding in cars with friends as a teen, so insane. Drive 5 miles under the speed limit in Parkland. We don't have a PHO, which is a Parkland homeowner sticker on this car. Because if we did have that sticker proving our wealth, there'd be no trouble. Since we didn't, it was assumed if there were trouble to be had, we would be having it. This post is going to hurt my friends. I recently connected with many of them because we're planning our 20th reunion for this summer. When I say many, I mean about 500. We have a professional reunion planner operating the Facebook group. You read that right, a professional planner. We're talking about having the reunion in the Keys or in Vegas. Yes, this is reality. In a different world for sure. But don't be mistaken, it's not untouchable. In fact, some of us know in many ways there's so much more trouble accessible to kids there. Usually when I talk this way, I mean drugs, or the ability to do what we wanted without having it put on a record. The ability to be invisible when we wanted while still having it all. Why would anyone think guns weren't a part of that? Why would anyone think it not here? I'm ashamed, mad, shaken, and this knot in my gut keeps whispering, I told you so. Where are my peers that were tortured to the point of madness, reducing them to cutters to cope, or stand by and watch each other literally play Russian roulette with our parents' revolvers, or shoot dope in each other's living rooms between our toes so no one got track marks on their beautiful arms. This was reality in Parkland and Coral Springs. It was not exempt because of our riches. Children are bullied and do the bullying. They are raped and rape each other. They buy and sell drugs, and now they cause mass homicide with an AR-15, gas mask, and smoke grenades. We are not exempt. We never were. CNN keeps asking, why didn't anyone see this coming? It was all over his social media. Why didn't someone do something sooner? Oh, I know why. I am so sorry. These kids that are gone, their families, I am so sorry. All my old classmates, I understand my words may hurt you and make you feel anger towards me. That's not my intention, but CNN is right, and so are all of you. This never should have happened anywhere. And this is my friend Rick Healy. I don't talk about much because it wasn't the best time in my life, but I graduated from Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School back in 1997. I remember regular bomb threats became the new normal in my senior year. I remember once being held at gunpoint on my way home from school to be bullied, and I had really hoped that things had gotten better than that in the years since I've been there. And today it got so much worse, and there's just an aching sadness about this. So just some extra context for people. There have been a lot of issues since '97, and what is that, like 21 years ago? And it's a ridiculously wealthy, filthy rich area. So that adds some more context if people want that.
I guess it's the whole thing about being rich and being able to get away with it. You know what I mean? Being able to get away with poor behavior. And the fact that there's been, like, the person alleges that there was rapes and stuff like that is not surprising either. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's always, I mean, if you're poor and you rape someone, you go into jail for 50 years. You're rich and you rape someone, like that. Remember that swimmer that was raping a woman?
Swimmer?
Yeah, was raping the young woman behind a dumpster and she was passed out. He got 6 months.
That wasn't an Olympic swimmer. That was something else. But
no,
yeah.
He was a swimmer. He was a swimmer.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a swimmer. And he only got 6 months for raping her. I mean, the divide is massive. Kathy wanted me to Kathy B wanted me to show her the difference between the school and the nearest
Okay.
shooting range. So I did a bit of a search.
Oh, shooting range. That's an interesting idea.
Well,
There.
just from the map of the school, particularly, it's only being, you said, 12 miles away, and knowing that they can change the lights and they can exceed the speed limit massively, and a response time of almost 20 minutes is absolutely ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. So there's,
and even more so that I mean, that's not
Kevin,
even counting that the cops were already freaking there.
Okay, good, Kevin. Let Ryan finish his.
Oh no, I was just saying. There's at the edge here. There's the gun world, South Florida, and there's a school. That's the difference. But Kathy, in between a gun.
Wait, where's the gun range?
It's called Gun World of South Florida, and it's in. Let me zoom in.
I see it now.
Yeah, Lakeview. It's weird. It's weird how Florida's all segmented up. Really weird. I mean, if you look at that, you just think, holy shit. You know, you walk 10 steps and you're in a different suburb. But yeah, so there's gun place. And that's the school.
Yeah. The 10 steps and the different suburb thing's a totally different problem. That's the gerrymandering.
Oh, is it? Damn. That's crazy. That's insane. We don't have that here. We just don't have that.
All right. Well, that's just some extra details for the Parkland mass shooting. Do we want to do anything else with this, or do we want to move on to open topic?
Can I just FASD the actual syndrome that they think he's got is called FASD. I'm trying to I'm just trying to look it up. Fetal alcohol spectral disorder.
Okay.
It's called. Refers to a range of problems caused by the mother exposed the unborn baby to alcohol during pregnancy. If a woman drinks alcohol while she's pregnant, the alcohol crosses the placenta into her blood, into the baby's bloodstream, and the baby is exposed to similar concentrations of alcohol as the mother. The effects of the alcohol on the fetus include harm to the development of the fetal nervous system, including the brain, undernourishment of the growing baby, triggering of changes in the development of the baby's face, including
deformities.
Deformities.
They don't have a filter. Little step right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is this coming from the doctor? Because I've been following the doctor, and the doctor only mentioned chronic depression and ADHD, and he had a cocktail of drugs for the ADHD and a psychotropic, and he wasn't monitored closely to make sure the blood levels were staying balanced either.
I think Ryan was specifically referring to like a born condition. I'd like to say three things to that.
I know, but there has to be a doctor that diagnoses it. It can't say the kid had it if the actual doctor didn't say it.
Well, yes.
Has anybody
the
seen
one thing I want to
of him?
kind of... Yes, I've seen the picture of him.
No, I was looking if you know a link. I keep getting all kinds of bounces to all kinds
If
of...
you go to Secular Talk, he's got literally a thumbnail of his picture right on one of the videos.
Kid looks like an empty person. I just my gut hurts. I mean, my empathy just tore me inside for this kid because he looked empty.
Daily Mail, though.
Daily Mail is one of our gossip mags.
Yeah.
But I'd like to
This
say
is,
two
this is
things.
Australia. Daily Mail Australia.
They're Daily Mail here. They are so not factual most of the time.
But it says may have had alcohol syndrome. So,
That's what I'm saying. It's
yeah.
like
Yeah,
you
that's
can't-
something that can be confirmed. That's not a may thing. It's either he did or he didn't.
And I think it's just to raise something else for people to just do this. And
I think
you know,
it raises the thing that we should pay mothers not to drink during pregnancy.
Well, that's not his case, though. His doctor said, I've read the doctors, I'll find it tomorrow and I'll put it on Twitter. But the only two things that his own doctor said that he has is chronic depression, acute chronic depression, and ADHD. And he was under 2 medications, one for the ADHD and one for the depression. And he was not being monitored, and there is talk that he can get sued.
I understand that, but I also like to bring up the we have reports of this that okay, we know for a fact pharma company has literally paid doctors to push certain medications. That's a guaranteed fact. You can look up the list, even in your own area, of what doctors take what money from what places. From the basically, they buy them coffee, they buy them lunch, they try to line them up to sell and push their drugs. Okay, we know that for a fact. Okay, and then we also know for a fact that there has been, when the ADHD thing first came out, and the a lot of the also currently with the depression thing, I mean, they aren't dealing with any of the depression matters. They're just handing out drugs. And also the ADHD thing, at least more than half of them were all false diagnosis just to push the medication. And that's provable. Check it for yourself.
Oh no, I mean, I know. I mean, I was misdiagnosed as having chronic depression, and just because I was going through a horrible time, and they put me on Zoloft, and I got suicidal.
The side effects for Zoloft are literally homicidal thoughts and suicide. And also, I think, shitting blood, stomach cramps,
I had
a
the
bunch
cramp.
of other shit. Literally, literally watch it, type in on YouTube Zoloft commercial, and then right at the end of it, pause it, and there's like a 6-paragraph long fine print.
So one thing I want to discuss is these instances of these drills occurring during these mass shootings. Now, is this just another coincidence of maybe mass shooters are planning their attacks during school drills? Maybe that could be a perspective, or of course there's the staging of event of getting everyone there. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, it seems like a coincidence, and in my opinion, that seems kind of like the best time to have a mass shooting, because during these fire drills, everyone is cluttered together in the school hallways. That would be the perfect time to do a mass killing, in my opinion.
Didn't they have the drill the day prior?
No, it was during the same time that he apparently or allegedly showed up.
Yeah, I mean, this whole thing is fishy all around. And you do have to admit, a lot of these shootings just coincidentally, okay, a coincidence, it happens one time. When you start having a pattern where it's like 9-10 times in a row, that just coincidentally every time they have a drill going on, either the day before, or or a few days before, or the very day of. Is that not odd to anyone?
No, it's very odd. This whole thing is too odd.
So, anyways, I think we'll find out more details, more weeks to come, and we'll probably see another mass shooting somewhere down the line. We'll see if we have the same indicators as this one and the previous ones. From the conspiracy theorist world, the 2018 is a big year for numbers. 9, 11, 9 plus 11 equals 18. No, wait, it's not 18. Why was someone saying 9, 18? It would be 20.
Last time I checked, 9 plus 11, yeah, 20. Whoops.
I don't know. Maybe they just
Brain
got that
fart.
math. Yeah, but anyways, they're saying 2018 is supposed to be a big year. Anyway, weird year. I don't know if I agree with that, but maybe I'm wrong too. All right, so I'm gonna switch it over to open topic. So we gotta lighten up. We gotta just clear the slate.
Is this the night that we get to talk about dildos then?
If you want, I'm not gonna dedicate it to it.
Did you say dildos?
Okay.
Yes.
So people
Yeah.
who are on Zoom, stay on. Everyone that's watching, you're gonna see the live stream go down. But I'll have it back up with open topic in a few minutes. So see you.